Whoa! Hi! Hello! Sorry, I was just blown away by the smoothness of that transition. How's everyone doing? Hi, welcome to what I think is going to be the final episode of Ripping, Tearing, and Other Activisms. Chat's doing some talking about why Prime subscriptions aren't working. I have no idea. I could probably check. I might check, but I don't know. The reason I can check, and the reason I know what chat is saying, despite the fact that I'm using my PlayStation, is that now I have a whole monitor just for chat. So, if anyone has ever complained about chat not being read fast enough, never do that again, because it's on its own screen now. So, yeah. We're doing the mission Argent de Noor, which sounds like an ice cream flavor, and I believe is the final mission of Doom 2016. And we're gonna, if you cast your minds back to what was like probably about 3 months ago at this point, we got to the final mission of Doom, and I said next week we'll finish Doom, and then 3 months passed. The people want to know if I'm a wizard. I'm definitely a wizard. I'm literally wearing a robe right now. Yeah, so I'm struggling with this. We were talking about, that's it, we were talking about bad boss fights, and the good news is we've had the worst boss fight. We've had the best boss fight, we've also had the worst boss fight. So, of the 3 boss fights in the game, the one coming up is the mediumist, but it's quite spectacular. So, Argent de Noor is definitely the one with the pralines and hazelnuts now. Oh. It's good to be back. Good to be back on the stream grind. I've missed the stream. I know the stream has missed me, but I feel like it's important to state that I've missed the stream. I meant to talk about this in my Titanfall 2 stream, and I just didn't. I straight up just didn't. I moved house. I moved to Liverpool to do a PhD because these streamer bucks, they don't pay bills, unfortunately. Hi Gunrun. Oh no, Gunrun missed my whole rant about how I have a chat monitor now. Well, I have a chat monitor now, so yeah. Yeah, I moved to Liverpool because the stream bucks weren't paying the bills. Now I'm doing a particle physics PhD, and it's a whole bunch. So yeah, but it's fun, it's engaging, it pays the bills, crucially. The only other hang-up about me doing this PhD is I have no idea what kind of mental state it's going to leave me in for streaming. So this is kind of a testing the waters kind of event where I'm going to see how much it takes out of me to do this stream. And if the answer to that turns out to be not too much, well, maybe we'll move back up to 2. We'll see. Oh, Will is in the chat asking me to check out the particle physics on these torches. Yep, they have those. Now I'm on fire. I'm the real torch. I like the green fire, it's pretty. I mean, ooh, look at that. You can see the world out there. It's like a hell maelstrom. Nice! Oh, thanks for the bits, Gunrun. See, I can see that now.
Makes him to pay your bills.
Can I hear that twice? That's a concern. I shouldn't be able to hear that twice. Because if I can hear that twice, that means you could hear that twice. Awkward. Well, thanks for the bits anyway. And, oh, I can just mute the... Wait, no, I can't mute the... Can I mute the alert source? I don't know, I'll figure it out. Yeah, there you go. You hear it twice because you're in hell. Thanks for that one now. Thanks for the save. We'll figure it out. But for now, I'm going to go and kill Pound Shop Tilda Swinton. But not the kind where she goes to hell, because we're already there. What up? Owned. Oh yeah, we got some cool iconic Doom-looking levels to do first. Not just final boss. Okay, so there's a bit of meat to this stream. Well, this part of the stream. There will be another part, but this part, there's a bit of meat too. What up? Oh, missed. Ah. That was rude. I've done a little bit of audio mixing in advance of the stream. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. I've done a little bit of audio mixing in advance of the stream. Hopefully it sounds like reasonably good. I can't promise it will sound perfect, but hopefully it sounds good enough. If it doesn't sound good enough, you want to turn something up, turn something down, please let me know. But now, I'm going to paunch the demons. Right open. Get out of here. Oh, I've got a lot of berserk left. Ah, nice head. It's mine now. What up? I will never log off. Stop talking like you can make me log off. There we go. Headshot. Yeah, exactly. I was looking to get the mix so it was louder, like it got slightly louder than the mic, but at the right times. Because as I talked about a bit, surprisingly when I was playing Titanfall, Doom is a very like purposefully mixed game. The sound moves in and out in a very purposeful way. So you can't just get it all at one level. Which, you know, is great when you're playing it, but when you're talking over it, has some consequences. I've never been owned in my life. I'm the one who does the owning. Remember when Breaking Bad said that in Breaking Bad? I'm the one that does the owning. Look at this impact. Fucking imps. Get hacked. Well, everyone in chat's making jokes about Breaking Bad now, and I haven't seen that show. Although I'm having good fun with the phrase drugs son. I think I would rather not see the show if it ruins the phrase drugs son for me. Come on, imps. Please just get out of my life. Now, apparently Breaking Bad is a one-to-one recreation of Malcolm in the Middle, and I have seen at least 2 episodes of Malcolm in the Middle, so it's like I've seen the show. Oh hey, Deeny's in the chat. What up, Deeny? Finally, we killed all of the imps. Thank hell. Lay the Wraith's souls to rest. Okay, I guess I will do that. Ugh. Look at this vista, it's nice. It's nice. Hey look, it's John Dark Souls from the game Dark Souls. And another one. Nice. Yeah, this game's very pretty. I like it. It's good. It has a slightly different every vista just looks like a heavy metal album cover thing to what Brütal Legend did, but I like what it's going for. Maybe I should stream Brütal Legend. That would be out of left field. And really cool. I love Brütal Legend. At the time it came out, Brütal Legend was a game like laser targeted at me. I was so into heavy metal. And then Jack Black was in a video game. Damn. And then it was like kind of a weird RTS, and that was weird. It was ambitious, but it was kind of weird. It was not great. I didn't love that part of it. But it was really cool. Someone working at Double Fine realised that RTSs get to have really cool and fleshed out like unit types, and they were like, hey, what if we did this but for heavy metal? And it was kind of cool. And at the time it was really weird because like everyone was always like, oh, RTSs, they're so cool, but no one has ever made a good tutorial for one. Brütal Legend is a good tutorial for an RTS. It's a good tutorial for a bad RTS, but it is a good tutorial for an RTS. We're going this way. What's in here? Some flesh. It's always flesh in all these doors. Get better interior design as hell. What up? Bonk. Love that Goomba stuff. Oh, there was a cacodemon behind me. Not a fan. In fact, the other thing. Some kind of anti-fan. Jasiak is saying that the era of the RTS is over, and like, kind of, the thing about the RTS is it never really had an era. There has always been an StarCraft game, and it's been the biggest shit in the world. I mean, I guess, like, you know, the progression of the world of esports has kind of taken StarCraft's position in the limelight away, but, I don't know. I guess there was a time when everyone was just making RTSs as like a, for that same reason of you get to make loads of cool, flavorful units with like neat voice lines. Remember Dawn of War? Dawn of War was awesome. What up? Nope. Not a fan. Completely eated by a cacodemon. Okay, Jasiak has confirmed that it was when Command and Conquer, Age of Empires, and StarCraft Brood War were all at their peak. Yes, that's true. That was definitely an RTS era. I was also about 3, but, you know, I digress. Brood War, though. Now that is a video game. Oh, thanks for following, Smashing Eon. That's weird. The widget and the screen had different alerts on them. Didn't really expect that, but okay. 3 is an exaggeration. I don't actually remember when Command and Conquer came out, but like, in my head, Brood War came out in like 97? Is that right? I feel like that's right. Either StarCraft or Brood War came out at about 97. Come on already. Dean in the chat is talking about how RTSs were always their dad's weird games, and I had a similar experience except in reverse, in that my friends would be talking about platformers and I would be like, wow, StarCraft, and then my friends' parents would be like, huh? I'd be talking about games with my friends' parents. I was always this much of a loser, it turns out. Look at that, still satisfying as hell. Come on, come on, come on! Alright. So yeah, maybe this level is longer than I thought. Ooh, Championship Manager in Quake. That's a deep cut for dad games. Alright, chat. Top 10 top 10 dad games. Top 5 dad games. 10 is a lot. Give me that demon map. Does that give me a checkpoint? I bet it doesn't. Nat's talking about how the pop sound that the Gauss rifle makes when it fires is deeply satisfying. Hell yeah! All of the kinetics on the Gauss rifle own. in a real way. Oh, I just can never ever. I'm not gonna risk falling in a hole. There we go. Smashing Eon has offered Shower with Your Dad Simulator as a dad game. I object to that as a dad game because that game came out last year. No, 2016, and I feel like people who play that cannot be dads. I don't think that's okay. Now Will is in the chat admonishing me for pronouncing it Gauss and not Gauss. What can I say? I'm a physicist. People say the word literally every day of my life. People always be talking about Carl Friedrich. He had some real good ways of finding primes. Jesus, I only fell in a hole there. That would have sucked. To be fair, Will, the English language is a whole heck, and it really does look like it should be pronounced Gauss. But no. What sucks is when I have to say Gauss and gauge in the same, sentence. That happens a lot. Because Gauss was all big for his electromagnetic field stuff, and the electromagnetic field is a gauge field. So you can have Gauss gauge fields. What the hell? Sort it out, physics. Sort it out, the English language. Just come to an agreement, please. Please. We could jump down there, but instead we're gonna go here. Snowwraith is in the chat helpfully noting that Gauss isn't English, and you know what? Shut up. It's a borrowed word. It's an Anglicism. That's how those work. Wow, just now? You're gonna tell them to kill me? Nice. I bet nobody has ever tried that before. That's quad damage. Gonna wait till the barons turn up before we pop that. Whoop, hello. Oh. Give me a jetpack, but only the inside. Hang on to the outside. I think you'll do more with it than me. Right, 2 gas shots puts them into glory kill mode. That's probably worth knowing. Should use some other weapons, maybe. But the Gauss gun's so good. Do you know you can make Gauss guns? That Gauss guns are just a thing. They're just a very basic electromagnetic construct. They're way less exciting than the kinds of Gauss guns you find in video games. Then I suppose the same thing is true of rail guns and rail rifles. Oh no, I'm inviting the discussion about what the difference is between a Gauss gun and a railgun again. Oh, just repeat my mistakes. That's what I do. Fuck! Nope. Owned. Double owned. Triple owned. Ooh, invisible pinkies. What if I could just throw... Oh, pinky knocked it out. Huh. Ow. Cacodemons against. Right, got damage time. I know I said I'd save it for the Barons, but it's just so cool. Ow. Ow. I wonder if quad damage does quad self-damage. Seems like something that would have been true in an older Doom game, but it would probably change in 2016. But then I ain't no game dev. Ow, ow. Oh yeah, we got 3 of these, haven't we? People saying that the Halo 2 shotgun sucked? What? Did we play the same Halo 2? I remember that shotgun kicking ass. Maybe it's because you could, like, you could shoot and club someone to death with it in the same breath. That was pretty cool. That is one thing I'm hoping that the blades on Doom Eternal shotguns seek to rectify. Because I feel like it was something that I was denied in Doom 2016. Just gonna fill you full of explodey missiles. You know, unlike the normal inert and exploding missile. Please chill. I know it's the final level, but I wanted to play my mystery game tonight. And I probably still will. Go. Oh no, no! Jeez. What the hell? Chat's spelling gentleman with a D. What's happening? I look away to kill demons for like 8 seconds and terrible, horrible things are happening. What? We don't kill the Wraith first. We'll put the Wraith's soul to rest? I don't know. So in the pantheon of good video game shotguns, this one is up there. I like this one. In fact, both of these ones are up there. Oh yeah, these things. Give me a soul. Right, I stab the soul. Because, you know, that's what you do. Quake II's Super Shotgun, just check with the deep cut. Quake II's Super Shotgun is one of my favorite guns in all of video games. Not only just favorite shotguns, favorite guns. That gun owns. It's just, oh, it feels so good. Another good shotgun, surprisingly slept on, Bulletstorm.
Must not be allowed to free them.
Wait, is this the way I'm meant to be going? No, okay. Fear also a good choice. Ow. Why is that ow reflexively? I didn't even get hit there. unhelpfully noting that next month's PlayStation Plus games include Bulletstorm. Hell yeah, they do. And not only should you get it if you have PlayStation Plus, if you're thinking about getting PlayStation Plus and are waiting for a good month, this is a good one. Bulletstorm owns. I might even... probably won't play all the way through Bulletstorm, but I'm strongly considering streaming at least one little bit of Bulletstorm, because that game is fantastic. I love that game. And as anyone who has the misfortune of knowing me will tell you, I will not shut up about how that game actually has a very good script, which is something that is kind of passed over if all you've seen is the ads for it, where they just say dick tits a lot, and like, I think that wordplay in the game is, in the context of the game, is actually quite funny, but it's more the like the arcs of the characters that work a lot better. I know, I thought I missed there, but I didn't. Alright, I'm going to kill you at some point. Like that. I've got so little health. Am I like standing in lava? I guess I am, huh? And? Fucking imps. Get out of here. Wow, but you died. Go. For real, what was that? Was that just an imp? Or just you? Ooh, what was that? Did I block a barrel? Oh, it's down here now. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No! Oh god, no! Oh fuck. This is going poorly. Give me your teeth. Fucking... hungry. Okay, we got bullets again. Let's use them. Die. Oh yeah, I should be using siphon grenades. Gain some sweet, sweet health. Oh hey, is this a... what is this? Well, fair enough. I'll take it. Yeah. Chunk. Stand still. Oh. No, let me up there. Ah, no, no. Oh. Oh, come on. Not like this. Call it the big redacted gun? Come on. Let the Doom UI say fuck. Ugh. I suppose that probably confers some kind of terrifying ratings bonus for something selling in Walmart. I feel like reading chat. I feel like chat is trying to body me while I'm not reading, and I'm not okay. I'm not okay with that. If you're gonna body me to my face. You know. I know the terminology is confusing that way, but go with me on this. Cosmo Guy, Comrade Doom Marine. Oh yeah, they just give you increasingly silly amounts of stuff. I think that's fun. Jashak is asking how much more there is after this, and saying after you get back out of hell there's 2 or 3 more levels. I do not believe that to be the case. I believe that in this case we are literally just going through hell. We've been into hell and then back out again. And back in again, and now we're here for the last time to kill Poundshop Tilda Swinton. Yeah, I have checked, this is the last level, so it would need to be us going back out into the non-hell world in this same mission. So Chad's talking about what they'd like to see from Doom Eternal, and whether it's like, and in this case that audio, is the audio dead? Is the stream dead? Not just my bit rate either. Okay, I officially have no idea why we were getting that low bit rate. I've done some investigation and none of it has revealed anything. Awesome. Well, I guess we should just keep playing it and hope that the capture card doesn't crash again, because that mystically fucked everything. Rude. Very rude. Oh wow, that was cool. Thanks for all your help troubleshooting, chat. I'm sorry nothing came of any of it, but ultimately the stream is live again, so everybody got what they wanted. Particularly me. Did that Hell Knight just parry my rocket out of the way? Because that's super cool if they did. Ugh. So when the stream crashed, people were talking about how something that they want from Doom Eternal that I agree with is a slightly more thoughtful enemy placement than we see towards the end of this game. Because I was super high on the way that like encounters were placed and like stuff sort of specifically happened in orders and with respect to the level design. And this towards the end of this game, I feel like it wears a little thin. But which is a shame because otherwise it's a really good game and I like it a lot. But and people are hoping that's something that gets rated on in Doom Eternal. I hope that because I feel like we've seen things that might hint at that kind of thing because like the way that for example the much touted grappling hook works is kind of going to rely on there being enemies worth grappling to, and not only that, but like you don't want to grapple somewhere that you're going to fall in a hole and die. So that at least will require slightly more thoughtful enemy placement, which I'm excited for. I like thought. As someone who spends all of their leisure time thinking about video games, I love it when other people do that too. It makes me feel seen. And that's it. That's all the weapon upgrade points. And you know what that means? That everyone is dead. Except, of course, for Pound Shop Tilda Swinton, something that we are here to rectify. Look at that. Who could ever use that much of anything, let alone armor, which we've already established we don't really use very well. Someone is sad about something. Anyway. Maybe Tilda Swinton's sad about how we're about to go and shank her up. What up, Wraiths? There they all are. There are 4 of you, but I only saved 3 of your souls. Makes you think. Ugh. Vita on Rudder is in the chat talking about how they got problems with Doom. Fair enough, you got problems with Doom. I'm super okay for people to be critical of video games in the chat. I just want people to be mindful of not dunking on the video game in the chat because, I'm playing the video game because I like the video game. Ultimately, obviously, like all video games, it has negative features, but it's here because I think it comes out in credit. What up, Tilda? She's not looking too happy.
Promised me so much.
Whoa, did they promise that you'd turn into a rad spider mech? Here it is, the final boss. Oh, someone subscribed, I think. Thanks. Sorry, I wasn't looking. And we have the double audio thing. So those are going to be my reasons. Those are the reasons I'm giving, and you're going to accept them, for now at least. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Oh, that motion looks so good. So yeah, they're like platforms to help you get a good shot at the brain, but This is really just you shoot the boss, you know. It is not using space in any of those interesting ways we've been talking about for the entire game, which is a shame, because the developers clearly know a bunch about making you use space interestingly, because we've been doing it for at least the first half of the game. And, oh no, I missed. That time. But this time, give me a help. And you forget. So I guess we kind of have to hit it with the beer. Ooh. Kind of hit it with the beer. Ooh, okay. So we have to hit it with the BFG and then. Oh, Claire subscribed. Thanks, Claire. I remembered I could see you subscribed in the chat. Because I am a sappy customer who knows how to use Twitch.tv. So, like, this isn't satisfying. Pumping all of my ammo for a weapon, like, on target, too, into a boss and having it just not react is not good. I don't like that. Oh, no, shit! Ah. I think we're probably just going to start back at the beginning of the fucking... Oh hey, Claire subscribed with Twitch Prime. That must mean I'm still affiliated. Excellent. Thanks for not delisting me, Jeff. And it also confirms that Will is a terrible friend. Thanks, Will. If I can't use it while I'm on the platforms, I guess I should just use all of my fucking Gauss cannon ammo now. What's happening at any given time? Was that a glory kill animation? I don't really understand what happened there, but I guess it happened. Ugh. Oh, okay. Guess not. Yeah, this is like... Chat is agreeing with me that this looks like a dull fight, and it sure as heck is. Like, the thing about all this is that, like, it's the end of the game. You can't end the game with the worst part, you know? And it's not the worst part. It isn't the Guardians fight. But it's in the running. And equally, the level just before this is pretty forgettable. It isn't ending on a high. Let's go that far and further. Just down there. Totally missed that one. Uh-oh, I'm in the wrong place. Well, where's the right place? Is there one? We just don't know. I'm out of those. That's a shame. Can I help? Can I help? Can I help? See, like, I'm not doing the interesting, hey, how can I use my weapons to properly solve this problem and fight this boss thing? I'm doing literally how can I implement the weapons that I have ammo left for to even deal damage to this enemy in a way that doesn't take ages. And that's boring. I don't like it. Ow, ow! What? Shit. Up. Jashek is saying that every other boss fight is better than this. No, they aren't. The Guardian's boss fight is definitely worse. I will die on this hill. However, this boss fight is bad. used the phrase "die on this hill," and now all I can remember is that time that Tim Farron said the only person who ever died on a hill was Jesus. A real person who, like, was a real candidate for the Prime Minister of this country said that. What the hell? And, like, recently. Not a million years ago. Like, 2 weeks ago. Although the difference between a million years and 2 weeks is blurring somewhat. Look at this. This is a fucking air thing. This gun fires micro missiles, and I just emptied it into this boss, and nothing happened. Ow. So Valence is disappointedly remarking that I have almost completed Doom. I have almost completed Doom, but don't worry, more joy. Oh shit, that was bad. More joy lies before us. Else afterwards. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I would not just leave you high and dry like that after this terrible misfire. Do you have to like strafe that? I don't understand. I'm gonna go and fish for some BFG ammo. Oh, hello. Oh no. So you do more damage if you're at higher altitude. Shit. Not the pistol. I will not be using the pistol in this distraction. Fuck! Oh, I'm gonna die in the exact same way again. Oh, I got 100 health from somewhere. Shit. Oh, you just crouch it. Wow, the crouch button. That exists. Who knew? Oh yeah, this might do something. Shit. Right, remember when I was like, this might do something? It fucking didn't. Do not shoot brains at me. I will not have it. Fuck you, buddy. What's happening? Oh. It's kind of like Quadraxis. Remember Metro Prime 2? That was a good video game. Yeah. Imagine if this had happened the whole way through. Imagine if I was already killing the boss the whole time. Yeah. Wow. You did it! And the brain is all floppy.
You've won. It's over. You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched your work, come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work. I am not the villain in this story.
A thing said by people who are not villains.
Because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you, but I won't have you standing in our way. Until we see each other again.
And there it is! That's Doom's sequel tease ending. Good thing we know that he was full of shit, because we've seen the Doom Eternal trailer, and we know it all goes wrong and becomes a very uncomfortable metaphor for immigration. Thanks for that one, Sammy. So yeah, that's Doom 2016. It's a game that definitely gets less good as it goes on, but I think it is really good. I really enjoyed playing that game for like 90% of it. It's a lot of fun. It's great, even. Now we get some cool action figure shots. And some of that sweet, sweet music. It's good. The music is really good. I think the music is maybe the only consistently perfect thing about this game. Wait, the campaign was designed by Sean Bean? What the hell? Why didn't you tell me, Sean? Nat is asking the awkward questions, which are that this is definitely here to remind you that the photo mode, there is no photo mode. Video games do better. RE photo modes. I'm pretty sure I saw the name Sean Bean in the credits. I'm not going to rewind them because I can't, but I'm pretty sure I saw the name Sean Bean in the credits. Anyway. Doom 2016. It's a lot of fun. Chat's asking whether I played Wolfenstein 1 and 2. I played almost, no, maybe all. Did I finish Wolfenstein 1? I bought Wolfenstein 1 for like £3 on the PlayStation Store, and that was pretty fun. Although it leaned kind of heavily on this stealth mechanic that wasn't really very fun. But, otherwise, I thought the game was cool. You got to kill a lot of Nazis in that game. That was cool. And then I played like an level of Wolfenstein 2 and never bought it. Which, you know, yeah. It's one of those games that probably much like Wolfenstein The New Order, I'll buy for £3 in, you know, 3 years or whatever. Anyway, I think you've probably had enough of Doom 2016's credits, so I'm gonna add a brief intermission. And then we're going to move on to the mystery game. And it's going to be an exciting mystery game that you're all going to enjoy. And if you don't enjoy it, tough luck, because I'm going to play it anyway. So we'll be right back. Hello! We're back! We're back with this, the very first episode of Mechs Do About Nothing. Huh? Huh? A cool, chill stream where Zone of the End is the second runner, which they've also called Mars, which I think is for, oh yeah, because you turn the A upside down, and it's kind of like a V, and if you own a VR, you can play it. I don't. So this is classic or pro? What the hell? I feel like I'm gonna have broken muscle memory anyway, but. Sub-weapons are controlled based on how long you... What? Oh, I see, right. You hold the button to do... Yeah. So, the DualShock 2, because it was made by genius scientists, had pressure-sensitive buttons that I do not believe the DualShock 4 has. And, Konami games were known for using these way too much, to the point that Metal Gear Solid 3 is very, very challenging to play. Because there are multiple times where you have to press the interrogate button very softly, or you will stab the person you're interrogating to death. So, anyway. I think I'm going to pick classic and probably change it later. I think I'm probably going to start off on hard, because I've played this game a whole bunch. If it turns out to be too high, I guess I can just change it. But yeah, this is Zone of the Enders 2, or the second run. See what they did there. Which is the sequel to the first Zone of the Enders, which is not great, and you probably shouldn't play it. But this one fucking owns. This game's fantastic. So Mars is a colony. They do mining there. Well, they do mining on the moons of Mars, but like, it's one of those games where like it's like the anime that inspired it. You're very much left to kind of piece together the way in which space colonization has, you know, resulted. Gunrun is asking in the chat which one I said wasn't worth playing. The original. Don't play Zone of the Enders 1 if you are curious about playing Zone of the Enders. It's not very good. Zone of the Enders 2, however, is really good. So yeah, here we have some levs, and they're mining machines. And then we have this big, like, mining ship. It's got a weird rotatey bit that doesn't really do anything. Hell yeah. Now that is a mech design. Or, you know, ship design. Get off my case. Dingo Egret unlocked. From the people who brought you the adjective animal name comes animal name as a naming convention.
Angie, I remember now. The winner of the year was Hesperia Gales.
No idle talk, you'll crash, Dingo.
In the final 30 seconds, Henry G trashed out from field out. Man, we had a great time that night.
Anime cutscenes.
Touchdown. Can't wait for the new season.
So something you will notice very quickly about this game, and is borne out throughout the entirety of it, is the voice acting. I love it, but it's really quite strange. The line reads are... So yeah, Metatron is a special future fuel. How it works is never fully explained, but it powers all of the super robots. Gunrun is claiming I told them to buy Zone of the Enders. I mean, I told you to buy Zone of the Enders because it came as a 2-piece on the PS3, right? Pretty sure that's how it'd be. Anywho.
I reckon Rod Tharsis is going to win this year.
Rod Tharsis.
There goes your entire salary again.
So we got mining banter. We're starting with miners. Love to. Somehow no one saw this happening, which is great. I love. Oh yeah, we get to start off in the Lev. I'd forgotten about this. Yes! You can mine things. Yeah, this is awesome. Can you jump in the Lev? Yeah, triangle to jump because it's the 2000s, baby. So to clarify my position on the original Zone of the Enders, I don't hate it. It's, you know, I mean, I played Zone of the Enders too because I played Zone of the Enders. But, if you are playing Zone of the Enders and thinking, well, I hope it gets better, thanks, Lev Pilot AI. If you're playing Zone of the Enders 1 and like, oh, does it ever get better? It probably won't. However, if you have played all the way through Zone of the Enders 2 and are interested in like the story, or like, you know, you want to, because like a character in this game, Zone of the Enders is basically that character's story. So if you want that story, Zone of the Enders isn't a terrible way to get it.
Dingo, haven't you arrived yet?
Shut up.
Don't push the left so hard.
I will never not push the Lev.
Hey Dingo, after this job, are you free?
Trying to hit on me. What is this? Dingo is definitely Volcel. So, Valence is in the chat saying that the graphics feel like they'll never age, but the controls definitely do. Let me tell you, buddy, that's the point.
I'm on the ground.
The Metatron is not very deep.
And it's very strong. It
It wasn't here last time I
This
came.
looks so good. This is so crisp. I love it. I'm so glad I bought this.
Shut up.
Is it debris?
The observation crews are goofing off again. What the hell is that?
Anything wrong?
Whoa, a
Found something
box.
interesting. I'll check it out.
Hatch unlocked. Where? A helmet.
And now we're anime again.
I've got a bad feeling.
What?
Big same, Dingo. Big same.
An orbital frame.
So, orbital frames are the other kind of giant robot.
I see a huge ship over there. Ah!
What's happening, Angie? What ship did you see? Angie!
Damn.
Warship?
Damn. Baram. So yeah, Baram are the, like the Martian Liberation Military. They were the baddies in the first one too. And they've got these weird unmanned, they're not orbital frames, they're something else. They have another name, but I don't remember what it is. Skeletons, maybe? Anyway, they're unmanned, so we get to feel really good about how we just totally kill loads of them.
My liver's damaged.
Damn,
Damn.
Baram.
Barum, from Mars? How can you tell?
How can Dingo tell?
Ditch.
I wonder.
Stay hidden.
Snorri from the chat pointing out how this port was handled by developers of everyone's favourite horny wife game, Psy Games. It sure was, and that confused the hell out of me when I saw it on the menu screen, but it really was.
Good morning. Ready for combat operation.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to know why I really, really like this game, it's this. This game is so ridiculously committed to like just the most over-the-top aesthetic finishes possible. Look at that! Where's all this glass come from? Who knows, but it's awesome. Oh god, I forgot that the controller says Ada things. You might be able to double hear that. Okay, so yeah, the controls are now, as you can probably see, a lot smoother. You can move in all directions, you can dash in all the directions, you have a gun. What's the sub-weapon button? Is it? It's not circle, is it? There's a shield. Look at that, a dash and a shield. How generous. You can. Things are possible now in a way they were not previously. Anyway, yeah. So you can shoot them. You can do a sword combo. You can do a dash sword. Ooh, that's gonna get annoying. You know, not the voice, but out of the fucking controller, it's gonna get annoying. Yeah, you can do lasers. It's awesome.
Confirming the enemy destroyed.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop.
This is orbital frame Jehuti. Do you want me to explain how to manipulate the frame?
Who is this?
This is Detached Backup Battle Unit, ADA.
So this is a battle computer, isn't it? More reliable than the Lev's navigators.
I'm completely different. Do you request control instructions?
Yes, Ada. Please.
Yeah, I will turn off the controller speaker. Okay, this is a tutorial. We're not gonna do it. Dean is asking in the chat whether Zone of the Enders 2 had absurdly fun multiplayer, or if that's something that they imagined. No, that really did happen and is in this game. Apparently, it has a scene and tears, but I didn't know that before I asked about it in a chat the other day. So, but yeah, no, that fully is in this game, with the awkward caveat that you need to find all of the units, like, in the campaign. But yeah, it's still cool. Okay, before we continue, I'm going to turn off that control speaker because it's very, very annoying. There we go. I like it in a lot of games, and if I were playing it by myself, would probably leave it on, but to the microphone, not so much. So yeah. So yeah, we got mosquitoes. We can shoot them all at once, or get this right. I'm gonna do it every time. So something that I'm gonna highlight immediately, and then probably talk about again and again and again, is the fact that we have 3D models of robots and stuff, but they've used like cell shaded explosions. It looks so good.
Through to 663.
Yes, I'll connect you now.
Help me, Dingo!
Where are you?
My legs are damaged!
Rick, where are you now?
Oh no, Rick.
Don't move! I'll be there soon!
Enemy
But
approaching.
where? I hear there's an enemy approaching.
It's approaching your way!
Meow.
I indicate the position of Rick with an arrow. Move in the indicated direction. Damage level exceeding.
I will not be owned in this way. Oh yeah, so you can dash, you get dash attacks, you get dash like shot and dash short, dash sword. You also get like burst, which you can fire like stuff like that, or you can burst sword if you don't suck like I do. It's better for use against like bigger enemies, but you get like a big sword swing. It does a bunch of damage. Is there anything over here? No. There's something somewhere around here, I think. Maybe not. Anyway. Forwards. And this is the loop. Enemies, you kill them. But unlike the original Zone of the Enders, where like you basically like a small number of enemies, you kill them, enemies you kill them, and then like some boss fights. In this game, there are a bunch of like neat things that like sort of staged sequences that like really spice things up in a way that is super cool. Like the boss fights, you don't just fight another frame your size. You also like, well, you do other stuff that I'm going to show you because this game's cool, and we're gonna get there. You know, look, you fucking kick up dust when you slide along the ground. When we're not on the snowy moon of Callisto, when we're on like metal floors, it like you carve little lines in the ground as you slide, and it's cool as hell. Gunrunner's in the chat talking about how the VR support is not very good and how I don't know why they decided this game for VR. Me neither, but honestly, I don't care, because it's great. I'm super glad that this got remade, regardless of whether they had to justify it as a VR title, because holy hell, this game owns. Fuck. Oh, I'm getting fucking owned by these things. Where are raptors at? Ooh. Oh, hell. destroy some raptors, shall we? So yeah, there are also like a bunch of different enemy types that like really like, you know, require you to vary how you use this system in a way that is cool. We'll see them later. There's also a bunch of sub-weapons that I frequently forget you're meant to use, but but they're cool. They're very cool. Some of them are like ridiculously cool. Like this, what this game does is it takes a game that already had cool mech designs like this one and some other ones that we're going to see, and it just says like we need more cool stuff. We don't have enough. Gunrun in chat saying I need to do more spirit bombs, and I agree. But when I find some enemies that are worth doing on, because they really suck against the mosquitoes. So yeah, generally speaking, burst attacks, these ones, break shields, which is great.
Destroy with a burst attack.
I will do that.
Stop moving and keep pressing the R2 button. Then hit the square button for a burst attack.
Here's my new extra large spirit ball. Hey, it's Rick. It's farted, I guess. And now another cool robot. Dingo? Another cool robot. You know what that means? We're about to have an extended conversation. Although, maybe not right now. Oh yeah, we have a shield that we can use against attacks. Ever think about how cool shields are? Oh no, don't kill Rick. His legs are damaged. These Levs sure can jump. So yeah, that whole thing we've just been doing with the mosquito. Ooh.
Since I found Jehuti, you'll have to give it to me.
What does Barum want with Callisto?
Oh? You don't look like a mining man to me.
Get lost.
God, the voice acting is so good. I love it. So yeah, like fighting non. What am I trying to say here? Fighting enemies that like aren't humanoid in this game follows a pretty like simple pattern, which is that like, and it's the same sort of rule that you have to follow, which is that you need to burst to like break shields, and the enemy needs to burst to break your shields. So like, if you're not interested in doing damage, like you want to beat. Oh yeah. So this is an attack that has like a buttload of wind up, so it's going to do a whole bunch of damage, and it's going to break your shield. So you want to get like, you want to evade that. Whereas, you know, in this case, enemy is shielding, so you want to burst attack them. But otherwise, you can sort of like footsies each other and do your cool dash sword stuff. You get hit by that, it's going to be a bad time. But owned.
So you want this frame, don't you?
Maybe.
Even if you're Barum, that's too rough.
It sure is.
Commander.
You think I'll tell?
Oh, I haven't played this game in a while, and wow, the voice acting it's really something. Oh, bye, Arjet.
Wait!
We'll see her again.
Good job, Dingo.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Dingo, the enemy is approaching me.
Alright, I'll try to head them off.
You will?
Take care, Angie.
What?
Will is remarking on the fact that it's quite funny that the mechs all seem to have big willies. They sure do.
Entry is dangerous.
That's where you get in the cockpit.
Callisto. We have no choice.
Let me tell you folks, this game just gets better and better, and it starts off great. So yeah, you've got a pretty standard thing of like, some enemy designs are humanoid, some are non-humanoid, some are a little bit both. Boss designs tend to be humanoid, but there are some key exceptions. And you'll get like sub-weapons and... How do I want to grab stuff? There it is. Nothing to grab. That's weird, I thought there was. Maybe later? Oh no, anyway. So these have got like little kinetic barriers, so you know, disincentivize to shoot them. But...
Enemy reinforcements are confirmed. To switch lock-on targets, use
apparently I unlocked grab in a couple of rooms, which fits roughly with my memory of this, which is that like you need to grab to beat one of the bosses that's coming up. Yeah. Well, I'm getting owned here. This is not going well for me. Give me some Metatrons. There we go. Will is in the chat asking if the environments get more varied. Yes! I mean, I feel like we varied.
Objects which may be useful in battle with the circle button. Do you want to see how it's done?
No, I do not. No, I didn't. Yeah, the environments do get very varied. Like, we go from the wastes of Callisto to this Borom ship to Mars, and but industrial Mars, and you know, it basically it goes a lot of places, is what I'm saying. Anyway, we unlocked grab, which is good because we're about to need it.
destroy the cellar generating enemies. Confirm destruction of cellar.
So we just picked up and threw some rods at that cellar. Fuck that cellar. I hate it. So yeah, we get to do this, and then we get to swing it. Which is cool. And then I guess we can just leave. Bam! New enemy type. It's a mummy head. It's kind of a weird name, but it's like a skeleton wearing a body armor with huge cannons.
Damage level exceeding 50%. Raptor destroyed. Enemy destroyed. Confirmed destruction of cellar.
This game is fun. Hitting things with things is fun. Look at those tiny little trucks. This game is really a big fan of. Do you just burst charge into your? Get out of here. Well, they're all like that. Oh, sweet. Yeah, you burst charge into the weapon. Neat. There's Mars. And I don't know what that is. Is that Mars? Maybe it's Jupiter.
After all, they want this frame, don't they?
I don't know the planets.
Even though you knew?
It looks more like Jupiter, huh?
All my friends.
I don't know, space.
There's something I have to confirm.
Surely we can't be this far from Callisto already. Yeah, there's the eye. There's the eye of Jupiter. Mars probably has eyes. People keep accusing me of being like, whoa, why don't you know the planets? You do physics. Like, yeah, I do particle physics. Planets are way big.
The gate to the next unit is open. Please follow the arrow.
Yeah, I bet it's always been that simple, Ada. Planets are definitely not made of particles. This is a vicious lie, and I will not hear it. This is something that will mean a lot to you if you've played the first Zone of the Enders, and otherwise will just look pretty cool. So yeah, that's Nephthys. Nephthys is one of the orbital frames that we'll be encountering on our journey. And she got a particle barrier that we can't really do shit about. Except to use a really long weapon. Yeah, thanks, Ada. Yeah. Wow, I'm just getting owned here, jeez. So the thing is that... Oh, I died. Wow, restarts super fast, I'm into that. But yeah, the thing about this is that this is like a very clear visual reference to a frame that was in the original Zone of the Enders, whose pilot definitely died. Like, there was a whole big thing about how Viola died. And she died valiantly, but she sure as hell did die. Oh, that's the shield button. I'm guessing you. I mean, you are. That is true. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, she broke my shield. And so yeah, we'll fight Nephthys, I think 3 times over the course of the game, and fighting Nephthys is always a sort of a lateral thinking exercise in finding ways to break that big old particle wall that will keep out all of your attacks. Otherwise, there we go.
Is that you, Viola?
Perhaps you're speaking to a battle AI.
Thanks for that one,
She's
Ada.
AI? Hey, Viola!
It is just a replica being made by using her past battle data and part of her character. I don't think you can get a response from her.
So, what happened to Viola?
The applicable frame runner is already dead.
She died?
In the year 2172, the Antilia raid. It was a matter under the control of the Space Force. Bahram attacked the colony orbiting a satellite of Jupiter.
This all happened in the original Zone of the Enders, you
was
see.
under development.
Was she involved with that? Which orbital frame was taken?
The orbital frame Anubis. Jehuti was their target too, but they didn't get this frame.
Jehuti was collected by someone who had much to fear from Bahram before it was abandoned on Callisto.
These lines are so good, and they read so well.
That was the commander of Bahram,
Colonel Noman. Noman.
What's the matter?
It is a resonance reaction.
Resonance?
It is Anubis.
Well, that was quick. Anyway, we're just going to leave Viola here, and leave Nephthys there even, and go through to where Anubis is. And just his sheer big mech energy is gonna make us upset. Make all of our power lines red. Wow! Another thing about this game, fantastic score. That's Anubis! Anubis is maybe the coolest mech design in the game. There are a lot of cool mechs in this game, but Anubis, whoa, so good.
Give that orbital frame back.
Wow, he can go invisible.
Who's the runner?
Ow.
By guarding yourself, you can avoid most enemy attacks, except their burst attacks.
There you go. I said that earlier. Oh, I've got wake up thrown by fucking. Yep. Anubis, way too strong. We were meant to lose that fight. Blam! He's right up in our teeth. Electroshock us to death. It's Dingo. No name that's easy to say seriously. And it turns out that Nephthys is actually fine. So Barham has not one but two super powerful orbital frames. So yeah, we get owned. Nephthys gets a cool pose. And Dingo's gonna do a villain monologue at us.
Surprised you're still alive, Dingo.
Long time no see, Noman.
How have you been?
I've been on vacation.
Get off and come to my room.
Oh, honestly, so good. We get another anime cutscene because we've done our mech fighting, so now we talk to each other. Oh hey, it's that pilot, and it's low gravity, so we're just gonna throw our helmets. Owned.
What are
Salty.
you doing on this ship anyway?
Salty because you lost.
If anything happens to my pals on Callisto, you'll pay.
Very
I
convincing,
didn't
Dingo.
kill them.
I don't believe you.
Your skills are getting worse, Dingo. You've been slacking off.
So yeah, there's Big Man Noman.
Ken, back off.
So that's her name. Her name's Ken.
Let me
We'll see her
introduce
again
you to
later.
Dingo. He was the leading pilot in our unit 6 years ago.
Dingo, Egret?
Military records.
The
show
very
it.
same.
You're doing rather menial work compared to the old days. Have you been demoted to the outskirts?
Shut up. You have come back under my command.
Come back? You must be kidding!
You'd better come back. It'll be fun from now on.
I refuse! Your fooling around almost killed me back there. It's not funny.
You don't understand.
You can't deceive me with beautiful words like freedom and independence anymore. Do you realize how many of my comrades died back there?
God, this dialogue is so good.
Say it. You killed them!
I wouldn't know.
You devil!
You devil!
Come back. I like you.
Make me sick.
Oh, this conversation's so good. So yeah, Noman. Noman's the baddies. We don't like Noman. Wow, this scene is very good. I didn't really appreciate how grim that is at the time. I kind of love that a lot. Oh, the controller. The controller vibrated when she tapped me. Dingo doesn't look like he's going to be living anytime soon. Now, if you want to sell a video game, if you really want to sell this video game, put out a demo of it that ends here. Because that's what they did. And I've been completely spellbound by it ever since. I played the demo through a whole bunch of times, and then I got the game. I played the game through a whole bunch of times.
I've never heard anything like this before. Are you sure this order is from Colonel Noman?
If not, why would I be doing such a thing?
Obviously. So I'm gonna get our body filled with some gel.
Ready? Please begin.
Maybe Nat's right. Maybe it does finish off the Anubis fight, but it definitely finishes after you get ganked at least once. Like, either it finishes after you get, well, either it finishes after you get impaled by Nephthys or after you get shot by Noman. One or the other.
He's got a stable pulse.
Thank you. You can go now.
So this game is now Crank 2 high voltage, except instead of having to get electric for Dingo's heart from somewhere else, he only has a heartbeat when he's in Jehuti.
Ada, please look after him.
If I have to.
Ooh, sass.
Where am I?
You're on Demo Station, the gateway to Mars. How are you feeling?
I feel really sick.
It's better than feeling dead, isn't it?
Ooh, you've got a point.
Did I?
You didn't, but you did lose your heart and lungs.
So how can I still be alive?
You can only stay alive when you're aboard Jehuti.
Jehuti?
The machine supplements your heart and lungs. That power comes from Jehuti.
What?
There was no other machine kicking around.
Stop providing energy. You will die if you leave Jehuti.
Oh, don't talk nonsense.
Well, try it if you like.
He tries it.
Sit down, it's too dangerous. Don't do that again. Did you want to scare me to death?
You're either stupid or insane! How could you do this to me?
I had no choice. The cockpit is too small to put in all the gear needed to keep you alive.
I didn't want this!
I told you if you helped me, I would save your life.
I don't remember. When did you say that?
Just before, when you nearly died.
I don't remember!
You should be more appreciative of me. I saved your life, looked after you, and kept you hidden from the other crew for 2 months.
Damn. Hook me up to proper vitals.
I can give your real body back, so you'd better just accept my orders.
Don't be ridiculous.
Dingo is being viciously topped by Ken here.
Not Bahram.
What?
Quite the opposite. I'm with the Space Force.
Whoa, Ken's a mole.
I've been sent into hiding in Bahram.
Are you serious?
Don't be so surprised all the time.
Why not?
I said we don't have much time, didn't I? I didn't want to do this either. First, you have to escape from Deimos as soon as possible. You're in danger if we stay here wasting time talking.
It's hard for a dead man to understand.
You are still alive.
So what?
Noman is still alive too. Don't you want vengeance on him?
He killed my comrades.
I have the same aim as you, so I won't do anything bad to you.
Can I just ask you one question?
What?
Is it correct? These Hesperia Gales?
Yes.
Can't you be more serious?
I'm very serious. Do you know the answer?
We've no time for games on Mars.
God, this is good. Gunrunner's in the chat calling this turbo dumb. Not here for it. It's actually extremely good. I unironically believe that. This is fantastic. The terrible voice acting is all part of it. Look at this fucking streaky trails. Oh, it's so cool. This game's so cool. Ah, video games. They're good. Hi, well, howdy, partner. His name sure is Dingo Egret.
The catapult to eject ships is over there. You can get out if you go along this way. Satellite Deimos is under Bahram now. Unmanned machines are on patrol to attack support units of the Space Force from Earth.
Deimos is under Bahram's rule?
Not just Deimos. Mars and another satellite, Phobos. All of Mars' area has been under Bahram's control. Noman has performed great deeds.
That's awful.
Unexpected things have occurred. Anyway, please consult Ada about the catapult.
Noman has performed great deeds. That's awful. Unexpected things have occurred. And they read this script, presumably to each other. It's so good. Oh, swole skeletons. Thick muscle skeletons. Ow, god damn. Oh, they got fucking sonic boom fists. I forgot about that. Ow, ow, get owned, get owned. Don't want to get owned. Yes, Captain. They like parry, don't they? Ugh. Ugh. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, look at that. If I wait, is it when does it happen? Okay, if I hold to ascend after sending out a dash blast like this, a backflip. That's the kind of shit I live for in this game, and there's a bunch of it. I need to kill this Cyclops. Oh no. Ah! Fuck. Cyclopses are really not here for my my burst shot tactic. Oh.
The gate to the next unit is open. Please follow the arrow.
Fucking kites. I can see it. I did it. Fucking spoiled it. Whoever it was who said it in the chat earlier is right. They're not spiders, they're good dogs. They're these good dogs. This game has a lot of good dogs, to be fair. Camera is a little jerky. Oh yeah, this game has a level up system. I don't really know what it does. Oh, you thought I could just pick up beams? No, no, friends. Oh no. Fucking no! Ah. Oh yeah, mummy heads can fucking heal units. What the hell? It's one of those things that's very confusing because the mummy heads have an associated sub weapon and it heals you. It's, oh yeah, you destroy their shields and it's like, oh, now it's a skeleton. This game's very cool. Yeah, well, Harry Partner is talking about how Zone of the Enders 1 has a whole bunch of stuff where you have to, like, prevent damage to a colony and then a boss turns up with fucking flamethrowers. Yeah, that is annoying. Look at these enemy designs. They're so cool. I'm no prude. I love a good realistic, like, looking mech stuff, but all this, like, I don't know. This is like the high fem of mechs. All the mechs are just like fucking graceful and shit. They do like everything is like very smooth and, you know, well lit and all that stuff. I love it. I'm all about it. Everything looks as much like an angel as possible, and I'm into it.
Obtained Metatron.
Right, and Nat in the chat is talking about how it's super cool that we got introduced to orbital frames by contrast to the LEV, and yeah, that's great. That's something that the first game doesn't do at all. You just kind of, you sort of know that LEVs exist, but apart, like, you're just kind of informed about LEVs by cutscenes, whereas in this game it's like, truck about in the LEV for a bit. Think about how rubbish it would be to just, like, play an entire game like this, and then it's like, whoosh! What if you could just whoosh everywhere? And, like, you love doing that. And you know what? I love doing that too. Ow. Ugh. Can't fucking lock onto these fucking... Fucking seller. Cannot lock on to seller problem. You've got energy. You've got a lot of energy. More like energy destroyed. Or gained. Look, okay. I'm no linguist. It's not like I'm a writer or anything. It's not like I write in my spare time or anything. All I do is play video games, I swear. Yeah, okay.
Enemy reinforcements are confirmed. ETR reaction gone.
we're following this metaphor, Nat is in the chat saying that letters are like the particles of language, attributing it to me, physicist and writer, and like, if anything, they're like the fucking planets of language. I don't know why any of them are.
The next unit is open. Please follow the arrow.
Just lavishing Metatron upon us. Love that. Love that. Good Metatron. That's something that this game is sort of maybe slightly underselling, is that Metatron is meant to be super rare. So like when people are like, Metatron, there's been like a gold rush for it, but also it's just kind of sprinkled around the levels because it heals your mech.
I received a rescue signal.
Ignore it.
Connected.
This is Taper. I'm stuck with a cargo of freight. Please help me.
Which line is this, Ada?
This is from the Space Force.
Listen to his story, Dingo.
Taper, can you hear me? This is Henry G. What's wrong with you?
Are you the Space Force, Henry G?
Something like that.
Please help me. My unit has been attacked by Balram. The controls on my fighter have not been working, and I don't have any idea where I am.
We can't help you then.
Yes, please. I've got an important mission to carry out.
Important mission?
We are helping our friends on Mars.
Who did you say you're helping?
There are many people who can't escape from Vasilia after taking away the Vector Cannon.
The Vector Cannon in block caps.
Please help Taper, Dingo. We need to
Expect them to talk about the Vector Cannon a hell of a lot more.
I can order Ada to stop feeding energy to you.
Wow, just viciously topped.
Damn. Okay, I'll do it.
Completely
I'm coming
owned.
to help you. Don't move from where you are.
I'm hiding in a container. I start shaking after hearing the
Chat's talking about the significance of the name Metatron, and yeah, it really is just the name of an angel.
I can't find the particular point, but from all indications, it seemed not too far away.
Taper said he's hiding in a container, and he got scared after hearing shots.
Giving too much damage to the container will destroy it. Be careful.
I know. I'm just going to knock with a shot.
Alright, let's go knocking on Taper's door, and then probably before we start the whole rescue Taper part, I'm just gonna call the stream, because it's, unfortunately, I have work in the morning, so going to bed much later than 12 is a no-go. Where am I going? Probably should have paid any attention at all, shouldn't I?
Henry G, this is Taper.
Look at all these loading screens there aren't.
Number including 1.
To turn around, use the right stick.
Serial number including 1.
Oh my, I don't want to hear this.
It's an empty box.
How do I fire just the one time? That big shot will definitely explode it, right?
Please come here now.
Please come here now. What? Are there meant to be enemies spawning in this room? I'm lost. Oh no, this door just opens. Okay. Oh!
A red container.
A red container with a serial number including 1. Can like... Yeah, just...
5 tons of coffee. Vanish.
5 tons of coffee vanish. I'm sorry, I destroyed all of the coffee.
Please come here now.
There's some Evangelion shit right here. Like mass-produced Ava shit. Oh, that's a great design. Just those big, sweeping wings.
I can see the warehouse number.
Do you want to tell me?
Warehouse
B.
B now.
Hey! You must be Taper.
Are you Henry G?
It's Taper!
Yes, I am.
In a battle, Lev.
Wow, I'm saved.
You sure are, Taper.
Balram!
I'm not Baram, though this is an orbital frame.
Stop! What's your assignment?
Hey, I'll leave you behind if you keep being so dismal.
So dismal.
Assignment?
As I said, I'm trying to help you.
Oh, all right. Please help me.
Ask him about his orders.
Shut up.
I have to rescue the people in Vasilia County on Mars. They got stuck after they got a weapon to break through the defense systems of the enemy base.
That's the one you told me about a moment ago.
Yes. The Vector
The
Cannon.
Vector Cannon.
It's very important to us to win. That's why I have to rescue them.
You're kidding. How can you rescue them like this?
It's my duty.
Nonsense.
It's enough you take me as far as the shooter to Mars with you. I know where my comrades are when I get to Mars.
You're asking me to carry you to the shooter.
Exactly. Let's go.
Dingo, take him. We'll have him guide us to the Levs in Vasilia.
I don't think he's that useful.
Like them, we have to destroy Bahram's military fortress. That's why we need...
Chad's asking if that's Steve Blum as Dingo? I don't believe so. Steve Blum has a much more gravelly voice. Much more crackly.
Oh, Henry G. I've got a program for an orbital frame, but I don't know anything about its contents, so you're welcome to use it.
Hella. Why'd you have that? Never mind. Just gonna give me some software that you found. Happens a lot. That's how you get upgrades. People just give them to you.
Driver of the sub-weapon Geyser. It works against the enemy's power unit. It can restrict movement for a fixed time.
A sub-weapon?
Sub-weapons support your normal attack with special effects. Select a sub-weapon by tilting the left stick up or down while pressing the L1 button. Use it with the circle button.
Apparently it was Peter Bartow.
The sub-gauge goes down.
And this is the only thing that he's done that I've ever heard of.
What do I have to do when I grab Taper's lev?
Press the L1 button for a short while so that grab appears in the sub-weapon window. Then press the circle button in front of the target you wish to grab. Press the circle button again to let go.
So for this section, we basically pick up Taper and in the Phantoma, which is the name of the lev. You pick up Taper, you carry him to the place, and you try to remember not to hit people with it. Oh, but I will. But first, I'm going to save the game, and then probably play it next time. On the way to the Deimos catapult. And then we're going to catapult ourselves onto Mars, and then it really will be the zone of the Enders. But for now, thank you for joining us for this, the first half episode of Mechs That Do About Nothing. Oh, the chap was talking about how JOT has little spurs. Yeah, it sure does. And about how they rake the ground. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, thanks everyone for coming. This was pretty fun. It was a fine time slot, and it all worked out pretty much exactly, apart from all the crashes, it worked out pretty much exactly how I wanted. So, outlook good for me to do this again next week. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed more than Taper here, who is very ungrateful. So I'm just going to hang on to him for a bit. Yeah, thanks very much for coming, and I hope you join us next Wednesday for the next episode of Mechs That Do About Nothing. If you really enjoyed the stream, you can follow it in the top right corner of the Twitch or wherever on the various Twitch app things. Yeah, you can follow the stream, you can subscribe to the stream, you can donate bits to the stream, you can follow any of those cool buttons. Yeah, you do drag taper around by the face. This game is a sort of an exercise in people desperately trying to find other people to top and then viciously topping them. Look at this, just owned. Anyway, yeah, you can click any of the cool buttons just below the stream to find out where I do my other stuff. I'm not doing a lot of stuff on YouTube right now. I'm kind of trying to write a script, but it turns out that doing as much writing as I did when I was working freelance is quite hard when you have a full-time job. Anyway, I'll make another YouTube video sometime in the next few months. For now, though, you can just check out the ones I've already made. They're pretty good. And also stream logs. If you've missed streams, you can catch them there. I'll upload them sometime, I promise. And if you really like to stream, you can check out Game and Love, which is the other button at the bottom of my stream. And it's just a cool, very like .com web ring where cool queers online talk about the video games, or even sometimes they don't talk about the video games. There are just pictures of the video games. You know, video games. They're good sometimes. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks everyone for coming. It's been a blast.